position. And we're going to talk to Trent Steelman, quarterback coach, and QB1 Parker McKinney. We're also going to discuss some EKU sports news that just happened here recently. That and more. That's what's cooking on today's Sports Stove podcast.
McKinney looks, steps to the pocket, throws, open receiver, touchdown! Colonels, we're not done yet!
Our identity is we're going to press for 40 minutes, we're going to play up-tempo, we're going to play with unbelievable passion, and then our brand is the most exciting 40 minutes in sports.
Welcome into a all-new edition, Season 2 premiere of the Sports Stove Local Hour. And today we are presented by Mad Mushroom Pizza. The Sports Stove is brought to you by Mad Mushroom, serving Colonels since 2016. Mad Mushroom is located just across the street from EKU's campus and is well known as the home of the original cheese sticks. But whenever I visit, I sure like to go inside and have a seat, get a nice soft drink, order some pizza and some cheese sticks. And if my wife is with me, she gets the gluten-free pizza, which she absolutely loves as well. And even though I don't partake, EKU now offers adult beverages. So there you go for those that are interested. Next time you're in town, stop by Mad Mushroom Pizza. Tell them the Sports Stove sent you, and they're going to give you $5 off your order of $20 or more. You can also order online at madmushroom.com. Use the code SPORTS5. SPORTS5. That's the word sports and the number 5. And you get that $5 off as well. Any order over $20. Mad Mushroom, feed your head. And today we are feeding your EKU appetite by bringing you an all-new Sports Stove Local Hour. And we're excited about what is ahead for this year here with our show. We're going to go live on location for some shows this year. We'll talk about that in a little bit as well. We've got some news that came out on Monday. EKU softball player had a social media post that has caught the attention of the university. We're going to talk about that as well here towards the end of the episode. So make sure you tune in for the whole thing, and we'll get you that as well. We're got new segments coming this year. Once we get into the season, we'll introduce some new segments. Looking forward to that as well. And we're happy to have our sponsors on board. We've got our returning sponsors from last year, IPM Pest and Termite. Will be sponsoring segments this year. All Around Roofing will be sponsoring segments this year again. And then, as I've already mentioned, Mad Mushroom Pizza has joined the team as well. And we're excited for a big partnership with them and some exciting stuff coming down the line for them as well. So we'll give you all that information as we go throughout this episode and each episode to follow. So a good reminder for you, follow us on social media at Sports Stove on Twitter and Instagram. Now we do other shows as well that are not just EKU shows. We do sports talk shows as well. But every week that'll drop on Wednesday morning, we'll have it on podcast form. We've got it on YouTube, and then we also air at 7 a.m. and 2 p.m. on Wednesdays on Belly Up TV, which you can find on a Roku. They have their own channel app or whatever on Roku, Belly Up TV, or you can also get it from Tiki Live on any streaming television, Tiki Live. Go in there, search Belly Up, and you'll see the logo pop up, and you can watch the show on TV there as well. So today we've got a phenomenal show lined up for you as we kick things off for this year. Again, we're working on the position preview to lead us up to the college football season and what is ahead. And when you talk about football and you talk about teams in football, you always have to talk about the quarterback, right? However good the quarterback is, plays a big role in how good the team is. And so we figured, why not start with the quarterback position? And so we've got two great guests for you today. Trent Steelman, the quarterback coach, and then, of course, QB1, Parker McKinney, makes his return to the Sports Stove as well today. So what we're going to do is bring you the first interview here today, and that is with quarterback coach Trent Steelman. And Coach Steelman came on with us. I was recording this from my mobile studio, my IPM mobile studios, today, so the sound might be a little off, and I apologize in advance for that. And then we had some technical difficulties in the middle of the interview, but we worked it all out and fought through it, and it all worked out in the end. So this interview with Trent Steelman is presented by IPM Pest and Termite. They are Central Kentucky's neighborhood pest professionals, and they are local. If you're in Central Kentucky, IPM Pest and Termite is the pest company you have to call when you have any pest needs. They guarantee their service. Their technicians show up on time. When they say they're going to be there, they actually show up in that time. So they got that going for you. They're well priced, and again, local. We support local here at the Sports Stove, and we appreciate those companies that are supporting local and supporting our podcast as well. And so this interview with Trent Steelman is presented by IPM Pest and Termite. We are joined now by EKU quarterback coach Trent Steelman. Coach, first time on the show. Thanks for doing this. We appreciate it.
Oh, appreciate you having me.
And we've heard a lot about you in the past through some of the players we've had on. Actually, that you ran some scout team quarterback in the past as well. How much did you expect to do that once you became a coach?
0. I backed away from the game as a player, so that I wouldn't have to put my body out there anymore. But got to do necessary to help the team win. So yeah, that was our first season here when we went and played the Citadel. And so obviously they were running the triple option. I come from the triple option background. It's what I did in college. It's what I coordinated previously. And so there's no better way to get the true feel and speed for what that offense brings than having the quarterback operated that's done it. So it was a fun week. It was a competitive week. My body's still recovering, I think, about 2 years later, but hey, it's okay. We got the W.
Now, I haven't had a chance to get into any summer practices yet. I was there a little bit in the spring to watch the guys a bit. So how's the summer been going as you guys are getting now, about 2 months out from the season?
Yeah, I think it's been a productive summer with the new rules and us being able to get a little bit more time with them during the week. The rule changes that have allowed us to do that. It's really helped us in our development and our preparation. And I think where it's going to show up the most is in that first week of training camp when you have a veteran group that's been operating more consistently and having more time to do so. It's going to pay dividends in the end. So we're excited about where the summer is headed, what they've done so far. But again, it's all about a mindset. And in order to take that hurdle, that push forward and not be satisfied with where.
So you guys are in a fortunate situation where you come into a year. There's no question about who your quarterback is. So let's start with Parker. We'll get to the depth in a minute. But Parker returns coming off a phenomenal season last year. He, from what the other players are saying, his leadership continues to grow as well as his play on the field and stuff like that. So I guess generally speaking, what do you love about Parker, and how does that help you as a coach having a guy like Parker there as your quarterback?
Yeah, Parker is a unique individual, and I say that with a smile on my face, obviously, because it's taken me some time to get used to his style, and more specifically his leadership style. Obviously, with what I'm accustomed to, coaching a triple option quarterback and coaching more, I guess, a quote unquote pro style quarterback are two completely different mentalities. And when I first got here, people will tell you Parker didn't open his mouth much. And so there was a question mark at first of, was this guy going to be able to lead this team vocally from a leadership standpoint, be in the forefront of the offense and ultimately the team? But the dude just showed up and worked. And he went out and he earned it. And he earned the respect of his teammates and the respect of his coaches. And once he got that confidence, because we knew in the beginning I told these guys, when we name a quarterback, we're selling our hearts to him. We're selling our faith to that guy because that's what he deserves, and that's what the position demands. You got to have that sense of backing, that confidence to go out there and play your game and be okay to make a mistake, but at the same time, know that you're going to get another opportunity to go succeed. And Parker's done that. I mean, he's made multiple mistakes, and honestly, I think as season as he's had last year, he left a lot out there. And he understands that, and that's what drives him to be better. And he had a heck of a spring. He really has taken on more of a leadership role, but there's still a lot for him to learn and to be done and to be had. So we're excited about him.
What's the biggest area of improvement or the thing that you're wanting him to work on the most throughout this offseason that you're wanting to see from him this next season?
I think fundamentally he's got to take a next step with his feet and footwork. And I think he has this spring. We've changed up his footwork some and just pre-snap position of his feet alignment. And I think it's really calmed his feet down, which ultimately is going to calm his eyes down. And the kid is smart. He knows football. He understands our offense. And if he can just continue to fine-tune his feet, there is no doubt in my mind that he can read a defense and he can go do things that really haven't been done at this position at this school.
Kind of joked with Coach Wells all last season about the athleticism that Parker shows. He runs well. Yeah, he runs well. Now, I was talking with one of the Tucker several weeks ago now, and he said his hope is that the offensive line can maybe do better so that he doesn't have to run more. But it is a weapon, right? That he has that athleticism that he can get out and move. Yeah,
absolutely. Obviously, just based on my nature and what I've accustomed to, dual threat quarterbacks is kind of been my MO, and more specifically running quarterbacks. And I've been around a lot of great running quarterbacks. And Parker is classified, in my opinion, as one of the most savvy runners I've ever seen. There's no doubt he is athletic. He is fast. He's faster than what most people think, but he's a savvy runner. He's a smart runner. He understands angles. He understands when he needs to get out of bounds. At times, he needs to do a little bit better job, but he's really good in the open field. He's a really good scrambler. He keeps the defenders off balance a lot of the times. Is changing up his ball fakes and finding creases and taking the yards. So he's a savvy runner, and he really understands when he can use his legs and when he can't. So he's done a heck of a job just exploiting our offense and exploiting defenses because he's able to bring that second threat or that third threat with his legs.
This might kind of bleed into that, but what's the best quality you think that Parker has as QB1 for this Colonels team?
I think it's his consistency and his mentality. Parker has the uncanny ability to just not let anything faze him. At least he doesn't show it. He's been one of the most consistent-minded quarterbacks I've been around and seen in a long time. I mean, no matter if he goes out there and throws 4 touchdown passes or 4 interceptions, it doesn't faze him. The kid he stays level. He's never too high, never too low, and he just goes out and just plays the next play. And he's a competitor, and that's what this position takes, is a tough-minded competitor. And if you got that, along with obviously the ability, then you got a chance to be great, and I think he does.
Well, of course, a lot of people know about Parker, and we may have just lost Trent. There he is. Okay. And we're going to actually have Parker on the show. He's going to be on the program and talk with us as well here in just a little bit. The next thing I want to kind of come to, we're having some technical difficulties. We lost Coach Steelman. He'll be back with us in just a second. We're doing this from a mobile setting, and so sometimes it's hard through that. Let's see if we can get him back here. There he is.
Sorry, I got a call.
That's okay. That happens sometimes. I was saying, we know Parker. Everybody's seen Parker. Everyone has a pretty good feel of who Parker is. We'll talk to Parker in just a few minutes as well. But the depth is something that maybe most people don't know as much about. Watching the spring practices, of course, DJ was a big part of your depth there as well. So talk to us a little bit about just the depth that you guys have, and kind of, because worst case scenario is Parker goes down. But obviously someone has to step up. So what's the depth looking like on this team?
Yeah, we got some talented young quarterbacks. In addition with Matt Shear, who's our veteran, former walk-on turned scholarship, and Matt Shear earned that this spring. You know, Matt's been with us really since we got here. He was a D2 transfer, came in, walked on, and Matt's been he's been really, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess really good from a mentality standpoint for Parker, because Matt is equally as smart. He wants to be a coach. He plays the position like he is a coach, and so he's been a breath of fresh air in terms of him coming in and just working for what he wants and staying the course, and then it paying off. So Matt's a guy that's got a big arm. He's a big kid that can read a defense and really push the ball down the field with his arm. Now, he's not going to do much with his legs. He's more of your style quarterback, but he's also that type that understands his limitations. And he's a savvy, tough-minded football player, and he just seems to go out there and get the job done when the opportunity is given to him. And so him with a mix of DJ Boney, who is entering his second year for us, who's probably one of the most talented football players we have on the roster. I mean, the kid he's a freak athlete, and I don't think anybody on our team will debate that. But DJ he's really come on this spring. He's starting to really understand and understand the offense and understand how to play the position. And I think DJ will even tell you himself that the biggest thing that we have to continue to work on for him and get him to understand is that you're a quarterback who's an athlete. You're not an athlete playing quarterback anymore. And it's two different mindsets. And so he's still learning how to play the position, not only on the field, but just what it takes to lead. But again, those two are going to be battling for that number 2, and it's going to be a fun way forward. And then we got our 2 early enrollees, Cam Hergott, who came in this spring, and who's again a really good athlete, a really good quarterback, and he's got a bright future ahead of him too. So we got some talented young guys in that room, and it's been fun to kind of coach 2 different sides of the spectrum. You got your veteran guys, and then you got really 4 other young guys who are keep you on your toes. So we're excited about what we got in this room, and we're excited about what this season's going to bring.
Now, Cam came in with some local accolades, Mr. Football here in Kentucky. Did you notice him coming in with any pressure because of that, or how has he responded to that?
No, you know what? Cam's been awesome. He's a young, willing kid, and so he came in with really just a great mindset of understanding that he's going to have to come in and learn, and he's going to have to come in and compete. And I think that's the biggest thing that this room understands, you know, from Parker, who's number 1 all the way down to whoever the number 6 is on the depth chart. Every day, opportunity to compete. And that's what's going to drive this room, and that's what's going to make the next guy better. But Cam's done a great job of just coming in and just kind of taking it all in, just respecting the opportunity and taking the opportunity at hand. And like I said, he's another young, talented kid. I mean, he's every bit as athletic as anybody we got. So it's going to be fun.
All right, Coach, I want to close out with this question. We have a new sponsor this year. Mad Mushroom Pizza's joined us as a sponsor. So we like to ask people then, as we close out interviews, your favorite pizza toppings. If you had to pick what was your favorite thing to put on a pizza?
Oh, man. I always go with my classic pepperoni and banana peppers.
Oh, yeah. That's a great way to go.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, awesome. Coach Steelman, we surely appreciate you coming on, taking the time to be with us. Looking forward to what's ahead from the quarterback room this year, and not just Parker, but to see what's coming up behind him as well is pretty awesome too. So, again, thank you so much for being on with us. We surely appreciate it.
Yo, thank you for having me.
With over 20 years of experience, Matt Schaefer and the good folks at locally owned IPM Pest and Termite provides pest control service for all of Central Kentucky's pest control needs. Whether you have a current pest control problem or want to prevent infestation from ever entering your home, IPM Pest and Termite offers maintenance programs that will help keep pests out of your home and provide peace of mind. So for dependable, reliable services that you can count on, get in touch with our good friend Matt Schaefer and IPM Pest and Termite today at myipm.com. That's myipm.com.
Mad Mushroom Pizza is now a proud sponsor of the Sports Stove podcast. Mad Mushroom, home of the original cheese sticks. Proudly serving EKU's campus, Mad Mushroom offers Colonel's amazing pizza, cheese sticks, wings, grinders, and so much more. Next time you visit, tell them the Sports Stove sent you, and you get $5 off any order over $20. Or visit online, madmushroom.com, and when you order, enter the code SPORTS5, SPORTS5, and you'll get that $5 off any order over $20. Mad Mushroom, feed your head. Welcome back into the Sports Stove, a local hour presented by Mad Mushroom Pizza. Thank you, Coach Steelman, for a great conversation. Appreciate him taking the time to chat with us here on the Sports Stove as well. And then, of course, IPM Pest and Termite, thank you for sponsoring that interview. Go to myipm.com and get more information about how IPM Pest and Termite can help you solve all your pest needs. Let's talk quarterbacks here for a little bit. We heard them all mentioned there in the interview with Coach Steelman. Clear-cut number one, Parker McKinney. No questions about that. Competition for number two right now is between Matt Shearer and DJ Boney. Outsider's perspective, okay? So anytime that I'm sharing my opinion, remember this. I'm an outsider looking in. The university has been very kind to me and given me a lot of access, and I'm grateful for it. But I'm not associated with the university. I'm not getting insider info and stuff like that. So this is just my thoughts, what I see from the outside looking in. I see DJ being the number two coming into the season. What he provides, he has an explosiveness about him athletically that Matt does not have. And yeah, Coach Stillman talked about that. Now, sure, he's a very smart quarterback. He is a capable quarterback when it's his arm, but what DJ offers you with his legs just kind of puts him over the edge, I guess. Matt's probably a better thrower, definitely a more accurate thrower, probably a better thrower. But DJ has the ability, and again, outsider's perspective, I feel like DJ might have the upper hand at the number two job. If Parker were to go down and they needed someone to fill in for a while, kind of a deal, maybe Matt gets the number two job. Technically, they try to be kind to his veteran status. I'm not sure. But nonetheless, both of them have good size. Matt is listed at 6'4", 215. DJ listed at 6'3", 210. And again, I think Coach Steelman's not lying when he says he truly likes both of them and has belief in both of them, as they both need to improve in different areas as well. But that's clearly your top three right there. Then you get the young guys that come in. Elias Allen's a sophomore, Cam Hergott and Brady Clark, the freshman, coming in spring. Cam was getting a lot of run. Now, maybe that was a result of who was available and all that kind of stuff as well. But again, he comes in as Mr. Kentucky and Mr. Football in Kentucky, excuse me. And it's always good to play the local kid when he's able to, right? When he earns the position and things like that, it might give you a knock over top. Of course, Brady's from Bardstown. But nonetheless, those three guys are kind of they're the outside looking in at the moment, but they are the future as well. And a lot of things coming up here very soon. Independent of what Parker decides to do, if he comes back for both years, I would assume we could see some transfers out in the quarterback room next year as well. But I like what I've seen from DJ, especially in practice. He just seems to command maybe a little bit more. And again, he's just explosive. He's a good athlete and can provide so much extra in there as well. So I'm thankful that as an EKU fan, Parker McKinney is our quarterback. He gives by far the best opportunity to win, and he's what he's bringing in. You're hearing it from Coach Steelman, and you'll hear it from Parker in just a minute. But he knows the areas he needs to improve on. He has goals of where he wants to be in his football career at post college and things like that. So he's working really hard to get to that point. And I think what the additions that have been made this year, especially on the offensive side, are going to help Parker a lot. The offensive line, I think, will be more solid. I think the run game is going to be more effective as a result of the offensive line, of course, as well. And then I think the receivers and the pass catchers that he has, receivers, tight ends, he's got plenty of weapons. So I'm excited to see what's ahead for him. Our interview with Parker McKinney is presented by All Around Roofing. All Around Roofing is a company that, again, locally owned and supporting local podcasters like myself. They take care of the whole exterior of your home. So if the exterior of your home needs a facelift, they're the ones to help you. They handle roofing, repairs, and replacements, gutters, siding, windows, soffits, chimney flashings, and a whole lot more. You can find more information on Facebook at All Around Roofing KY, or you can call them 859-489-5179 for a free quote. All of these businesses that support us, I have been customers of. All Around Roofing did my roof just a couple of months ago, did a phenomenal job, showed up, got the job done very efficiently, did a great job cleaning up. And so not only do they take care of the all around of your exterior, they're all around good people. And I hope that you'll take advantage of them if you have any roofing needs. So All Around Roofing is proud to present this interview with our all-around favorite QB1, Parker McKinney. We are joined now by EKU's QB1, Parker McKinney, comes back on the show. Parker, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing very good. Summer is in full swing. You guys getting really close now to camp and getting back at full speed and everything like that. But give us a quick update on the spring and the summer, how that's gone so far, and then the new guys that are in and those kinds of things. How's everybody looking this spring and summer so far?
Yeah, so I felt like we had a really strong spring. I felt like the entire spring we continued to improve the entire time. And then I felt like going into the summer, I feel like this is the best summer we've had since I've been here. And I'm going on my, I want to say, 5th year. They kind of all get confused with COVID and stuff. But I feel like we're having a really strong summer. I think everyone's kind of buying into what we're doing here. And obviously, like you talked about the new pieces we got, I think, especially on the offensive side, defense as well. But I know I'm mainly with the offensive guys right now during the summer. I think they fit in great to what we do. We got a few pieces on the O-line. We brought in a receiver, and then we also brought in a running back and a tight end. So, I mean, every position we brought in, I think they're all doing great. They're picking up the plays well. And honestly, I think they could all help us in different aspects.
And now I talked with Coach Steelman earlier and talked with Matt Jackson in the spring. Both of them commented on your leadership and how it's growing, how you've taken kind of a firmer grasp, I guess, of it as well. You've never been a super vocal guy, but how do you feel like your leadership style has grown over the last couple of years?
Yeah, I feel like I definitely have grown more as a leader. I'm starting to be a little more vocal than I used to be. My leadership skill or my leadership kind of ability has always been more to lead by example and bring people along with me as opposed to calling people out and yelling at them. But, Coach Wells and even Coach Stillman have talked to me, like, there's a time and a place where you have to be able to do that. And I feel like this year I've kind of learned when and where to do that and when to lead by example. Because a lot of people on the team, they look for someone to follow in the weight room and out there on the field and always just try to be that person. And I feel like, especially in the weight room, that's where you gain people's respect and be someone that they want to follow and that will lead them. And I just try to work as hard as I can in there to give people something to follow and to look at as kind of an example, like you said.
Yeah, definitely. What skill set have you been working on since last season, trying to improve upon or add to your toolbox, so to say?
Yeah, so a big kind of point of emphasis for me this spring and summer has been to change my footwork. So I've slightly tweaked that and changed some stuff about it. And I'm hoping that can help me just kind of make some reads quicker and be more on time. And Coach Stillman, he's really done a great job with me on that and helping me along the way because it's something that was brand new to me that I didn't really know a lot about. So he's really helped me a lot with that and kind of just both of us together finding like what's comfortable with this route combination, what's comfortable with this concept and that kind of stuff. So that's been a big thing for me is just working on my footwork.
I talked with Tucker a couple months ago, and again, Coach Steelman for this episode, and we were talking about your running ability, and both of them very highly recommended, or not recommended, that's not the right word, but they talked well about your running ability. Coach Wells always kind of downplays it for some reason. I'm not sure why that is, but nonetheless, are you looking to continue to run less, to run more? Does that play any factor into your preparation for the season?
No, obviously I like to run the football, and so whenever my number's called, like I enjoy running the football. I've kind of worked with being smart when and where to take hits and that kind of stuff. Because like my freshman and sophomore year, every person I've seen, I just tried to run over like that. And obviously I've learned with 2 shoulder injuries that that's not the smartest approach. So I've kind of practiced sliding and that kind of stuff, which I don't like to do. But, the biggest thing for me is just trying to stay healthy while running the football. So, yeah, obviously I like to run. I'm just going to try to be smart when and where I get down and that kind of stuff.
Definitely. Have you had a chance to talk to any NFL scouts or professional scouts? I know that several have been through the program. Have they been able to give you any kind of insight on what they're looking for to see out of you this year?
Yeah, so I've talked to a few different scouts, and I know Coach Wells and Stillman have said scouts have reached out to them. And I think one thing they were talking about is my footwork as well, and that's why I kind of use that as a big point of emphasis, trying to improve that for them and hopes to hopefully play at the next level.
Yeah. Have you had a chance to talk with Tim Boyle or somebody like that to kind of look ahead a little bit of what's coming?
I actually haven't talked to him too much. I think the last time I saw him at EKU, we spoke briefly at a practice because he was here the year before I got here. So I'd met him on official visits and stuff like that, but I didn't know him too well personally. But he's definitely someone like I want to reach out to, especially like going into this year and prepping for the NFL, like combine or pro day or whatever that looks like for me.
Yeah. Well, if it makes you feel any better, Tim Boyle's never responded to any of my messages. So, but that's okay. He's more likely to respond to you than he is to me. But nonetheless, let's talk. We're doing a quarterback preview episode this week, but I want to ask you about your offensive linemen. You've got several returning guys, but some big pieces added as well through transfer portal. Especially, they brought in some young guys as well. But when you're looking at this offensive line this year, it seems like you guys have a great repertoire with one another. But it seemed like to me the pass blocking was pretty decent. Everybody has some mistakes, but the run blocking was the area that really needed to tighten up this year. They go out and get some big guys to play inside, mainly it seems like. But how have you been able to get to know the new guys? And how much do you want to praise the guys already, even though we haven't played a game with them yet?
Yeah, so obviously I've got to know the new guys. Most of them came in the spring. I know we brought in 2 big pieces in the spring. I've got to know them pretty well. So during the week, on one of the days, I'll actually work out with the O-line, which is always fun because obviously I really like those guys, and I feel like we have a really strong relationship with each other. And obviously I want to give them a lot of praise because, without them, our entire offense wouldn't be anything. We can only go as far as they'll take us. That's kind of the whole thing with being an O-lineman is you don't always get the praise or the stats and the stat book and that kind of stuff. But without them, obviously, we couldn't do the things that we do. And I feel like they've improved a lot. Obviously, run blocking was a big emphasis for them going into the spring and summer. And, they're doing different things. They're pushing a truck around after lift and that kind of stuff just to try and help with that run blocking and different things. So I think that you'll see a much improved O-line as far as run blocking goes this fall.
The QB room, it's an important place. Obviously, for you, you need the support and the help of the guys that are in the room with you. Let's talk about the players, not so much the coaching staff right now. You're kind of the old head now. You're not the only veteran in the room, but you're definitely one of the old guys now there in the room. So the QB room, when you're meeting there, and I know there's a lot more to come of this, but what's it looking like right now? How do you feel about these young guys coming up behind you? What you're leaving? Hopefully you're here for 2 more years, but I think you're still eligible for 2 years. But they're not trying to run you out, Parker. But what do you see behind you there, and how are those guys helping you, pushing you, those kinds of things?
Yeah, so obviously as the quarterback room, we look at every day as a competition. No matter who's the starter, who's the backup, we treat it every day, and that's kind of what Coach Stillman just preaches to it. Don't worry, because it's always next guy mentality. I mean, my freshman year, I started off the year as like 5th string quarterback. Next thing you know, like they're calling me to go into the game. So he just kind of preaches to us just to take every day like a battle and compete with one another. And I think we do that overall as a quarterback group. I think the young guys are really talented. They really are, and they're learning quick. They're picking up on things. I mean, obviously, I remember being a freshman, and I just wanted the older guys, help me with different stuff. So me and Matt Shear, being the 2 older people in the room, we try to help them as much as possible with different things. Because obviously, we both know what it's like coming in, being a freshman, or like DJ Boney, he's a sophomore, so he has a little better grasp on it than Cameron Hergott and Brady Clark do. And also we have Elias Allen. So Elias and DJ, they have a little bit of a better grasp on things because they've been in the system a year. But the 2 young guys, we try to help out and let them know the plays and just kind of the reads and do's and don'ts on this play and that kind of stuff, which I think there's a lot of talent in the room coming forward.
We're back to the AQ challenge. I think it's AQ 10 this year instead of AQ 7, but how do you feel about that schedule-wise, things like that? What are you looking forward to on the schedule this year?
Yeah, so obviously, like you said, we're back to that, and I'm excited for it. I felt like we left a lot out on the field last year. I guess some games I'm looking forward to is Sam Houston at home. Obviously, they beat us at Sam Houston, and I didn't feel like we played our best game against them. So obviously, I'm looking forward to that one. And then I think here recently, I think we've kind of came into a little bit of a rivalry with Central Arkansas. Playing them 3 times in the last 2 years. So we have them at home, and every game we've played them has been a good game. So I'm looking forward to playing them as well.
Awesome. Well, this year we got a new sponsor. Mad Mushroom Pizza is a sponsor of the show. So we're going to ask everybody we interview this question. Your favorite pizza toppings, your go-to pizza toppings if you're getting a pizza.
Yeah, I'm just real casual. I just like pepperoni.
Okay.
So that's just kind of my go-to is just pepperoni pizza. I'm a big breadstick guy, though, so I like breadsticks as well.
Okay. All right. Very good. Parker, we appreciate it. You've been on a couple of times, and we surely appreciate you taking the time to be with us here through the summer as well. Looking forward to what's ahead here in the upcoming season as well. So good luck moving forward, and looking forward to seeing you back on the field very soon.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
Does the exterior of your home need a facelift? All Around Roofing has you covered. All Around Roofing is a locally owned company servicing Madison County and all of Central Kentucky. From roof repairs and replacements to gutters, siding, windows, soffits, chimney flashings, and more. All Around Roofing provides quality work and friendly service that will leave your house looking great. Call today, 859-489-5179 to get a free quote. That's 859-489-5179. We can handle your all-around exterior needs at All Around Roofing. Mad Mushroom Pizza is now a proud sponsor of the Sports Stove Podcast. Mad Mushroom, home of the original cheese sticks. Proudly serving EKU's campus, Mad Mushroom offers Colonel's amazing pizza, cheese sticks, wings, grinders, and so much more. Next time you visit, tell them the Sports Stove sent you, and you get $5 off any order over $20. Or visit online, madmushroom.com, and when you order, enter the code SPORTS5, SPORTS5, and you'll get that $5 off any order over $20. Mad Mushroom, feed your head. Oh. Welcome back into the Sports Stove Local Hour, presented by Mad Mushroom Pizza. Thank you, Parker, for coming back on and spending some time with us here on this first episode of season number 2 of the Sports Stove Local Hour. And season number 2 has all kinds of great things lined up for you, and nothing more exciting than a live tailgate show. So here's the dealio, if you haven't seen it already on social media. Home game days, EKU football season. We're going to have lunch at Mad Mushroom Pizza, and we're inviting you to come join us. We'll have interviews and an hour pregame show. It'll be noon. Most of these home games are 6 home games this year. I think 4 of those will do a noon a show, and that'll be in the month of October, September, October. So make sure you come, be a part of the show. Come and visit us. Mad Mushroom is going to give you a discount if you come in during the show, and I think it's a 10% off discount. I'm not sure that we've finalized that yet or not, so sorry, Mad Mushroom, if we haven't. But I believe it's a 10% discount if you come in during the program. We're working on getting live guests there. We might have some recorded interviews as well. But we're going to have a great time getting you ready. Basically, the tailgate to the tailgate out there at Mad Mushroom, again, just across the street from the campus over there in the University Shopping Plaza. So come join us at Mad Mushroom Pizza for those live tailgate shows. They're going to be an absolute blast. And come out and introduce yourself. We'd love to get to know you. I know I'm thankful for several of the parents of athletes that have come out or through social media or during games and stuff like that. We've had a chance to meet. So please make sure you come out and meet us. We sure appreciate you listening. And we're trying to do our best for what it's worth. For what it's worth. We want to be the best, right? So our show, we desire to be the best EKU show there is out there right now. And we think, especially in podcasts right now, I think we got that one covered. There's not a whole lot of EKU podcasts out there right now. I believe that in covering a university like EKU, it's important that we in the, if I can use the word media, get along to some degree at the very least, right? I don't view us as competition. I view us as a community. We are working together to promote and to support EKU athletics. And so hopefully we can continue to do that. And I think that we're doing our part, and I hope that you're enjoying it. And I'm thankful for those of you that have reached out to me and let me know that you're listening and that you're enjoying it as well. And all year long, we'll give you interviews with coaches and athletes. We'll probably have, we'll try to get at least athletic director Roan back on the show. We had him on once last year as well. And at some point this year, we'll try to get him back on again. Which brings us to our final topic today. Former EKU softball player, and by former, just recently former, Caitlin Young. She came out on social media and posted a very long comments about the coaching staff, mainly with EKU softball, and things that have gone on, especially this last year, but the years that she's been on the team. And we're not going to cover much of the story because at this point it is what she's put out and it's what the university has put out. And there are people who are getting paid to cover these kinds of things full time, and they're working hard. The Richmond Register is working hard to figure out the details and talk to everybody from both sides and try to get stuff figured out. And so I'm kind of waiting to read what the Richmond Register puts out and kind of get a chance to see, as they have the time and the energy to put into researching this and figuring everything out as well. We don't take mental health lightly here at the Sports Stove. And you know, the accusations that are made here, there are some relatively serious ones, and it'll be interesting to see kind of what the university does with it. I'll give you the official statement from EKU was this: EKU athletics has been made aware of allegations of misconduct involving our softball program, and we take them very seriously. Consistent with policies and procedures, the university will conduct a review into these specific concerns. The well-being of our student athletes is and always will be a top priority and core value of our athletic department. I'll say this, nothing that I've seen from the university has ever shown that they would take this, not take this seriously. And so I anticipate a continued response. I don't know how long that takes, you know, what all goes on here as well. We also don't want to throw Coach Jane and the program under the bus at this point either. So we'll try to be very careful with it, but we want to make sure that we get the information out that we do have. And right now, that's what we have. We have Caitlin, and you can go look on her social media page and read. It's a pretty long statement. Read what she had to say if you haven't already. And I'm trusting the university to handle this appropriately and correctly. And I'm not calling them to action as far as saying, oh, she needs to be fired, Jane needs to be fired. No, not at this point, at least. But I anticipate that the university will truly take a good look into this and get all the information they need, and then we'll wait and see what their response is. I'm very much a pro innocent until proven guilty guy, and so we're going to kind of watch this play out. But at the same time, I want to make sure that Caitlin knows that we support her also, and just because we're not immediately jumping on the fire Coach Jane bandwagon doesn't mean that we don't support Caitlin and what she went through. So all that being said, we need to be aware, right? And it's important, young people, it's important that you know that if something does happen that's wrong, you need to start going up the chain till someone listens to you and keep working. And so working as I mean, what I mean by that is continue to, if something's wrong, it needs to be righted. And so keep going until it gets righted. That being said, I'm thankful from everything that I've seen from the university and how they handle things and the things they do. I'm confident that they'll do right in this situation as well. And so we will wait and keep you updated on any information we get regarding that. And again, follow the Richmond Register on social media. They do a great job of actually reporting things, and some other people just read the Richmond Register's report, but the Richmond Register does a lot of the work. So make sure you follow them. We're a supporter of the Richmond Register here on this show, like I said, as well as any other organization that covers EKU. We're with you. We're on your team. So fun start to the show, and thank you for tuning in. This is season 2, episode 1 of the Local Hour. We'll be back next Wednesday with our next position group. Our plan is to do tight ends, but some of that will depend on schedules and can we get the guys into interview and things like that. So that's our plan. We'll keep you updated on social media as that will. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Sports Stove. Go get yourself some Mad Mushroom Pizza. If you're already in the area and you call in an order or go in and order, go in and have a seat, sit down, enjoy some time there as well. Let them know the Sports Stove sent you. You get $5 off, $20 or more per order. Or you can order online at madmushroom.com and use the code SPORTS and the number 5, SPORTS5, and you'll get $5 off any order, $20 or more. Thank you to All Around Roofing for their continued support of our program. If you have any exterior needs on your house and you live in Central Kentucky, go to Facebook and type in All Around Roofing KY or call 859-489-5179, and they'll give you a free quote. And then also thank you to IPM Pest and Termite, Central Kentucky's neighborhood pest professionals. And again, if you have pest issues, you live in Central Kentucky, I promise you will not regret calling IPM Pest and Termite. All right, episode 1 of season 2 is in the books. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's Sports Stove Local Hour. Until next time, we'll see you around the Sports Stove.
McKinney looks, steps to the pocket, throws, open receiver, touchdown! Colonels, we're not done yet!
Our identity is we're going to press for 40 minutes. We're going to play up-tempo. We're going to play with unbelievable passion. And then our brand is the most exciting 40 minutes in sports.